Hello, you wonderful humans. Before I start a weekly Saturday night or Saturday political show reflecting on politics in Tasmania for the week, I thought I'd best look into libel and slander laws, just as I looked into public protest laws for when I'm out filming, because I'm not protesting. Fascinating stuff. So since the stadium came into consciousness, which I think was around the 4th of December, I've been collecting and screenshotting public comments. So if it's in the public domain, I can't reduce any further the public standing, the reputation, the worth of someone, anything that I further to say. So here we go. And the reason these are all handwritten notes is, one, I've been practicing my spelling because I've been typing too fast. And two, I'm such a genius at technology. I thought, oh, I'll just film myself reading them and scrolling. But I've only got one camera, so too funny. I'm in one phone, so we'll get there. So here we go. Rock Trump, rock shit. Trump Cliff, rocks in his head. Rockheads, Rocky Horror Show. Rock slide. Shit Cliff, Cock Cliff, Rock Cliff. General Rockjaw, Rock Tards. Wrecker, Rock Cliff. Wreck Cliff. Knob Cliff. So these are a collection of names in particular. The ticks mean there's just been a lot of them. So a lot of fuck yous, fuckwit, prick, dictator, a potato thing, because apparently he grows potatoes. Arrogant wanker, dancing with the devil, gloating is not nice, silver spoon boy, staged, and a lot of assholes. Have to congratulate the AFL for purchasing a premier so cheaply. Lowball deal of the century. Stinking animals rotting Australia. Such an utter dickhead. Totally self-obsessed. Now, this isn't just one politician. This is like all politicians and all different sorts of topics and things. But this was the tidal wave, which is truly, I think it's Christmas and everyone's just switching off for a holiday. But the tidal wave of comments, like to go from 300-400 on a page. But the saddest thing is media being so owned. That's why I just want to try and be out talking to people and listening to people's honest comments of the week, because any knowledge of the political workings has just become so sacrosanct. You just don't know what's going on. If he was on fire, I wouldn't waste a cup of water on him, lying scum, gnomes with no brains, the libs are a party of glass jaws, shambolic show. He should retire now, the prick of a thing he is. Couldn't lie straight in a bed. Nuffs, Muppets, absolute asshole and moronic dickhead. Every Polly who voted for this atrocity clusterfuck be made to eat the contaminated fill. Get banjos to make it into pies. And I think that's the worst part. Like, I've been oblivious to politics because it hasn't done anything this atrocious. Like, this is beyond reprimand what this government wants to do. But the digging up of toxic soil and literal shit and the sanctity of a space, it's like, it's just beyond comprehension. But yeah, the fact, I can't even go to Hobart if they do this, if they dig up the soil, because it'll be so contaminated. They're not worth pissing on. The corrupt grubs, bloody grub. Don't hold out any hope for their latest thought bubble. I thought that's the nicest and politest comment of all of them. These people serve the public. What the fuck? In what other job can you block your employer? And that resonates with me because there's no clarity of process and no equity. There's just this mysterious workings of nepotism. Like, you know, you can't even ring the council because everyone hates them so much. You have to email them. You know, if you don't have access to an email, you're a bit buggered. Tricky Dicky Nixon. Gosh, that's American politics. No passion for Tasmania or Tasmanians. Couldn't give a dead rat's ass about people. Kim Jong Jeremy. Negotiating skills of a damp sponge. What a flog. King Knunt. I was very big on Knunt word when this first happened because I think that's the most derogatory, expletive, the rudest word I can think of. And having taught teenagers especially, there's no bounds to swear words. Hideous old shit kicker, absolute asshole, moronic dickhead, shifty, useless con man, lying piece of shit, stupidity at its finest. Pedo priests got more morals than this mob of gangsters. Detestable, arrogant, undemocratic twats, idiots, taking the piss out of us all. I like this one. You'd get more sense talking to a block of cheese than these two. I hate you with 4 exclamation marks. Absolute floggers, grovellers and grifters. NIMBYs. Is that someone who comes from Nimbin and like smokes dope or something as a dope smoker? Waste of space and air. Looks like he has a tattoo on his hoo-ha. Now, this was in relation to a group of photos of people that approved the stadium. And gosh, there was a lot of backlash. I was instantly mortified at the sheer stupidity. Like, I think I saw 1 second of some person in tears. And I'm sorry, if you support the stadium, my stance is, I don't know what a hoo-ha is. I hope that's not a bumhole. There are 2 reasons why you would. 1, low-level intelligence with a high-level emotional fanaticism. And you see the destructive nature of that, what it did in Bondi. And the other reason would be you have a complete lack of morals, a lack of empathy. You are a deeply ingrained capitalist. I can't think of any other reasons why all of a sudden billions of dollars can't be spent where it's needed, and why our police force is 16%, or there'll be less with 3%. But again, that's all for the weekly show, so we won't talk too much. What a monumental disgrace to humanity. Like, I've never thought of a politician much full stop. If they're moving their lips, they're lying. And if a journalist is talking about a politician, they've been paid to move their lips and lie. So you go by the gut instinct of, what's happening around you and the reality. And it is a monumental disgrace to what we hold sacred as a humanity. To think the gall of the wealth, and I do say it's not that the most poorest, broken people will give you everything because they've been where there's nothing. And I speak for myself, when I was a struggling poor single mummy and, battling my depression and things. Doesn't matter. there's no excuse not to be 100% kind and giving. So yeah, monumental disgrace to humanity. It literally is a shit show. I'm shitting in the face of everyone. Now, have I spelt this right? Atrocious lies. I was looking, thinking I was trying to spell atrocities. Atrocious lies. None of these sons of bitches give a shit. Bloody shitheads, rockheads, blowing smoke up fanatics' asses. And that's what I was saying about the high-level emotional, low-level intellect and high-level emotional bias. It's like with the authorship question. You can't question that Edward de Vere was and is the true writer of the works attributed to Shakespeare, because apart from corrupting $1 billion industry and 400 years of English history, people can't cope with that if they're low-level intellect. And you call a spade a spade. I've been teaching and for nearly 20 years, and all I teach is intellect, and I always look to be guided to teach the highest level. What else would you be doing? Anyway, where are we? Bloody shitheads, rockheads, asses, falls in a hole and never comes out, absolute disgrace. Bogan, sexual predator, minister should have been sacked. And again, tattoos on his hair, I don't know what that's about. Not worth pissing on. There was quite a few comments about if they're on fire, I wouldn't piss on them. Dumb ass waste of space, two fuckheads giving each other BJs, blowjobs. Feral vermin, IQ of a maggot, dysfunctional, so angry and so sad. Drab sacks, I like that word, drab sacks. Bloody pathetic, entitled grifter, snout in the trough, parasites, sleaze, twats. What is he drinking? Unconscionable. It is unconscionable and heartless. Oh, I like this one. Carl Farrell Animal Population Programs for Politicians. Not literally. Nothing's ever literal in comedy and satire. But I've also got a thought to do a condom for politicians campaign. And maybe giant ones that cover their whole body so you can't even hear them speak or talk. This is my absolute favourite of all the comments. Cock wobbler! Fucking cock wobbler. A lot of cock wobblers, a lot of cockheads, scum, competent, lying, spineless, absolute floggers, calling them Muppets is too good. That's another very polite word. Dead shit, lawbreakers, smoking creeps, suck-hole wanker, lots. You can't say it enough, can you? And just the gall and the audacity, and to think you're immune and above the law, and to cause such vitriol and division. And like I've said before, this political government and their advisors, because of the nepotism and inbreeding and chronic displays of low-level intelligence, like I'm just calling it as it is, to lose 400 million that they're admitting to, who knows, building, and the Spirit brings people to and from Tassie and for tourism, and it's just beyond comprehension that it could be so buggered up. But if that level of incompetence doesn't set the precedence to say this government can't manage money, why on earth would it think in a fiscal sense, aside from moral or the social responsibility, or forgetting that you are servants of the public? Like, sorry, I'm off my little soapbox, but I'm having fun. I remember during COVID as a teacher getting emails reminding us we're servants of the public. We're public servants, and that's what you are. And to be paid $400,000 a year brings bile to my throat when you do literally nothing. Nothing. Alrighty, huge ego, remembered as a fool, like pigs in shit. Poxy tat. When I first saw that, I misread it and I thought it was epoxy tax, and I thought the taxing system, why do we pay taxes for services that are not delivered? And I know in Clarence Council in Hobart quite a few years ago, I think it was Clarence, it's where Northgate or a Northside shopping centre is, but that precinct or that area, the council blew all the money, like just misspent it so horrifically. And then they tried to charge the ratepayers more money to make up for that. Like, in what sane world does that fly? Like in management, and I've worked in, economic management, human management. Where in this time management, where in the sane world does that fly? Oh, tacky as Trump with a cult following. I thought, again, cunt, I misread it. Waste of space in air, utter irresponsible losers. What is it with these high-vis cunts? That's my comment. It's fucking gold. I just love it. It's like, every time you fucking see them outside, they've got a high-vis jacket on. So they're relating to the common folk. I think they wear it as barriers because they don't want the germs from the peasants, Put a hard hat on him when he's outside, bless him. I commented on one photo. I've got to chase it up somewhere. It was straight after the massive, shit fest. And the two politicians, the main ones, was literally standing in the car park because probably didn't feel safe going anywhere else. And one was holding a footy with a little Aussie map above his head. Oh, and there's one shot where there's the stadium glowing above, this politician's head like a halo. Like, it's just, again, you feed the dumb ones. Scum of aristocrats, Lord Rock.